right, well, we are going to Dorado for the next map. Starting on the offense, that is actually going to be You're Tilting Me. So they're sticking offense for the first time now. And
All right.
we'll see what they can do.
Important note, Jake. Out between the first and second points, you know the little courtyard?
Yeah.
Yeah, like opposite the balcony?
Mm-hmm.
There's a big statue in that courtyard. And I have just realized how dominant the statue's eyebrows are. Like, it is seriously impressive.
Wait,
Holy crap.
I'm looking at the wrong place then. I thought you were...
Okay, think balcony after the first checkpoint, through the door,
okay.
into the church.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's Presidente Guillermo Portero, Protector de Mexico, apparently. But this guy has... His eyebrows mean business.
Man, I'm so bad at finding things.
Oh, no worries. I'll show you when we...
no, here you go. This guy.
You got him. Oh my god, those brows, man. Seriously.
You said balcony. I was thinking by the water, all those balconies.
He needs like refunds from the salon that did those. They are strong.
Hey, man. I wish I had those eyebrows.
#1 brows NA.
Did they give this statue a dimple?
What, like a
Blizzard,
single
please.
dimple? Attention to detail. Does he even have eyes? That's the real question.
Probably not. Well, on the offense, we'll see what You're Tilting Me can do. They're going out with the double tank style here, the double support. They're pretty much the standard. This has become a very common composition for the payload maps, and it's been working out. But the defense sitting here at the safest point to defend, right over the choke point, waiting the approach of You're Tilting Me.
Sure. Once again, looking for an opportunity to put the teleport up. Now remember, after this first point, Symmetra becomes significantly less useful on this map, and we fully expect Jared to switch off of Symmetra onto Lucio. We have seen that before. I would expect to see it again. Right now, 59% on the charge for... it's just very, very difficult. At least the payload is stopped in the archway, which buys Symmetra a little bit more time and space to do that. But really, we just need to see the turrets get put up in the archway a little bit more in the face of the opposing team, so that it gets charged a little bit faster.
Yeah, obviously having the teleporter is pretty critical. It looks like his trap gets triggered, and Raytech will end up falling to the Junkrat combo, just throwing down all of those skills. Gonna get Cody as well. Hype now on fire. Almost gets a kill on the Reinhardt Ender here. Will end up falling even after that resurrection from the offense. Bunna is not really gonna get the impact that he wanted with that res.
I like Bun Hun.
Bun Hun?
I'm gonna call that out just because I actually think it's amazing. Like, I straight up just love that. Right, we'll have a discussion with the player afterwards. Maybe we can get him to change
Name
his
change, free name change now that Overwatch is out, right?
Bun Hun is incredible.
Actually, the Junkrat trap is still right there, so it might actually... Okay, it's going to go down. They're not going to step on it.
Well,
way to kill the Riptire.
Is really dangerous.
Yeah,
exactly.
Here it is.
Look, he sees the team walk past, and that is a massive cue for him to go, excuse me, while I take out a key member of the team.
Zoro is going to pop that tactical visor. Chibisu is actually going to get the successful trade there. Offense finally getting some momentum in here, pushing down 3 members. No res available, as Hype was one of the several members that ended up falling there. We do see Junkrat doing his best to stay and be annoying, but Trix will get caught off by Chibisu. This will be the first point captured any moment now.
Hyped has just been so good. It's a pity that he hasn't been able to hold the point on his own, because he just killed 4 people. Managed to pick off Bunna first as well by very, very good usage of his grenades. He was direct hitting a lot of people, and it's such a shame that he wasn't able to single-handedly hold this. But the point isn't captured yet, and the rest of the team is now all over the payload.
The Junkrat dreams are dead. Hyped going over to the Reaper now. Zoros running around the back, just trying to escape the clutches as the payload is picked up here. Just about 5 minutes and 12 seconds into the game. Or, that's not true. That's what they have left. I'm bad at mathing, Joro. Sorry, that's your job.
It's all good. Don't worry. I'll do the multiplication in long division. It'll be fine. Don't even worry about it. Right. We're coming into Eyebrows Courtyard here. And here comes the payload round the dog leg.
Can we call it that from now on?
What, the Eyebrows Courtyard?
Yes.
Yep, I'm down. Totally down. Hyped has actually moved on to playing Reaper. He's looking to jump down. Basically, it's a fantastic position to jump down with Death Blossom available. Right now, he's just looking to charge it up. It's only on about 30%, so he just wants to get as much damage in there as possible. But this is a really, really good point for Reaper, because generally Death Blossom gives you about 0.2 seconds of notice before he's right in the midst of your team.
It's scary, that's for sure. I mean, that's an understatement, really. I mean, just so much coverage, so much threat. It's not even just the impact that it can have, it's the constant threat of where's Reaper, where's Reaper? Is he dropping down on us? Does he have Death Blossom available? You have to be constantly aware of that. We do see Chibisu trying to fly in, needs that Zarya shield. The Grappling Surge trying to pull people off, but Chibisu gets sniped by Zoros. Very nicely done. But Hun does have that resurrection ready, but had to retreat as he's just about dead.
Yeah, and that actually gives Hype D basically his ultimate available. So the next time this happens, he will be able to come from behind and use that Death Blossom. And right now, I have to say, the defending team are doing a very good job keeping the ultimates available as well. We have a Resurrect, we have an Earth Shatter, and we have a Death Blossom available on the side of Sodipop right now. Whereas on UTM, we basically only have a Resurrect and... Oh, no, I actually take that back. Resurrect and Sound Barrier is actually quite useful.
Yeah, we'll have to see what they can get done here. Chibisu trying to build up some of that meter. Obviously, Barrage is quite far away. They're now passing by the Eyebrows courtyard, but they have to be constantly aware of those flanks happening down. Trix comes down from behind, actually ends up getting pulled on in a little bit far away from the rest of his team. Nomi taking a ton of damage, will get charged way into the house where he will lose his life, and that's going to really just put a lot of burden onto, well, the lack of tanks. So Hype might actually consider a res here.
This is... did we actually just get it? Yes, we did. There is the res. Good call there, Jake. So we have Hype trying to keep the dream alive here. I'm looking at Hype D. Oh, if he takes out Bana again, he does. And everyone just got res, so there's a potential for a Death Blossom. He triggers the Death Blossom. There goes Cody. There goes Ender. Double kill with no res available, and that is going to blunt the attack once more. Excellently played there by Reaper.
You know, Ender Hero knew to expect that, and he threw out the Earth Shadow to try to counter the Death Blossom that was coming out on the side of Hyped, but the speed boost just made him slip by, and he was just a little bit too slippery to actually get the connection there, causing that Death Blossom to just do way too much for the defense.
Oh, and he's actually... Oh, he's being very sneaky, moving in from behind now again. Hyped. He's only got 9% right now, guys. So he's really looking for an opportunity to go in, get a free round of shotgun shells to hopefully load up his ultimate. He's not actually looking to kill loads and loads of people with this.
Ender Hero went really deep and ended up paying desperately for it. Dota Genius just kind of throwing his ultimate to try to cause some kind of a ruckus, but this whole flank attempt that we're seeing here on the side of your tilting me, very unsuccessful right now.
Oh, and Raytech getting chased down by his opposing number right now. Zoros is absolutely all over him like a bad rash. And that... Wow, did I just see both of them get taken out by a bullet at the same time?
Possibly. I wasn't watching that myself.
Oh, no, Zoros killed himself with his with Helix Rocket. Just for a second, I was like, was I getting mutual Roadhog deaths and mutual Soldier 76 deaths on the same day? But it was a self-death by the looks of things.
Well, with that, we have a lot of momentum finally being picked up here. The payload is now crossing under the bridge. We do see the damage amp there on Soldier. Hype takes a ton of damage from the Helix Rocket, and he's got to be a bit careful. But we do see he's able to back away, trying to build up enough meter for the resurrection on the defense.
53 seconds left for this payload to get pushed, and I have to say the defense is looking pretty good out of Sodipop right now. Ender getting completely surrounded. There is no way he'll be able to do anything about that. There is only one good push available now from the side of UTM to prevent Sodipop from holding at the second checkpoint here, which means the time at the first checkpoint in Marketplace is going to be the one that is all important for them to beat. 26 seconds left. We're waiting for this last push.
Zoros went so deep for some reason and ends up paying dearly with his life. The beat has been dropped here for the offense, and they're just desperately trying to get that payload pushed on in. The resurrection is available. Jarrett's quite far away from having a sound barrier, but we do have that Earth Shatter hitting absolutely nothing, so it is a big mistake there for Ender Hero.
Yeah, that's a huge mistake. Oh, he does make up for it, though, by absolutely impaling his counterpart on Reinhardt, but the res is coming up. Chibisu trying to negate that with an awful lot of rockets. Jur is down, Trix is down. It's 6v4 to try and push this in overtime to the second checkpoint. And, I mean, these guys kept us waiting, didn't they? But they got there in the end.
You know, Zoros going as far forward as he did and dying, being way out of range of a potential resurrection, wasn't there for the majority of that fight. And I think that was a bit costly. So when you're getting to those final push points, you don't have to, like, bring the fight to them. You just have to play safe and defend the payload. So, and now Zoros is out of it again.
Well, that's going to be really awkward, especially since Tactical Visor was available for him. The payload is moving rather quickly, although I guess they do have to move it as far as they can with a minute 30 left on the clock. Dota Genius getting hooked, but ooh, and getting impaled by Nomi as well, but he's actually not down yet. Lucio using his sound barrier, Hype managing to take out Bunna, which is particularly crucial, and now we have a very, very late offensive sound barrier, but that gives the remaining members a big, big advantage over the defense.
Yeah, only 1 minute left. It looks like Trix is going to end up trading with Raytech, getting the successful kill there. The resurrection coming out here for the defense side, but Hype will lose his life in the process, but everyone's going to be sitting strong for the defense. Bunna has resurrection, so this is the final push attempt available. They're going to regroup. They're going to go with 6, and your Tilting Me is just going to try to set a time.
Yep, exactly right. Sodipop using the high ground as the basis for them defending the final point, which is very, very smart of them indeed. It looks like the rest of UCM are going to be going in via the ground, so let's see how they manage to contest this. It's a very similar situation to the second point on Hollywood right now, so the high ground does have a decent advantage. Zoros being damaged out from above, actually picking off a couple of people as well, and Hyped getting Bunna. I think that is going to be it. I'm not certain how they can come back, and oh god, well I guess Earthshadow would do it, but he's going to have to pull off a miracle.
Oh my goodness, Hype with that Death Blossom going around the back end of the payload, securing the kills he needed. That's should be it. Bunna is so far away, not even trying anymore, gets hit in the face with a Helix rocket. GG. No time set. I wonder if Banner did get the second point time.
Are we finally guessing a replay of the game?
Nah, I have no idea.
As in a Death Blossom play of the game.
Nope.
No, it's not going to be. Zoros has been very consistent throughout, though. I'm happy with that. We've had one Reaper play of the game that wasn't Death Blossom, if I remember correctly, right?
Today, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but I want a sick balcony jump off Death Blossom pentakill. That's what I want. I'm bloodthirsty.
It's possible, man. So I just want to give a big shout out really quick to Banera for pretty much his efforts on doing the times. We were actually chatting in Discord right before the event was going to start, and he said, who's tracking the times today? And basically he offered to do it right then and there. Moments before the event, he's been part of my Solid J community for a while, and he's been super on point with it today. So huge shout out, man.
8:15 to tie, says Banner. I like that. The tie is real, guys. We might see a second one.
It could
Only
happen.
one of these teams. Yep. 8:15 on the second point to achieve a tie.
This is where it happened last too. So maybe King's Row is Curse Row, or Dorado, excuse me. We were just on King's Row.
I don't know. I think it would be if it happens twice in a row. That's going to be pretty amazing. I don't want to know what the odds of that are, but it can't be that good. I'd be impressed. It gives us a bit more Overwatch, so
yeah, man.
I'm reasonably okay with that. But I'm sure the teams are getting pretty tired by this point. This is actually quite a slog for them, because don't forget, there are, best of 5 in the finals. They played several best of 3s already. They've basically been here for coming on to 4 hours now.
Yeah. So you're what, 5 hours ahead of me? It's about 11 p.m. for you?
Correct. It's 10:46 p.m. at the moment.
That's so close seeming. It's actually, I don't know. It's just 5 hours ahead. Seems so much different than 6 hours ahead for some reason, like the rest of EU.
Well, we just have to be different.
Alrighty, well, 30 seconds until the gates open here for the offense. On the defense, we have Bunna playing with Dota on the Mercy. Actually, let me swap the overlay. And Sodipop's now on the offense.
All right, we have the... what did you say on the countdown? Was it 8:15?
Yes.
Awesome. So we will see very, very shortly whether or not these guys are able to tie it up, because that's what we're going for. We're tying it up.
Yep.
And here we go, guys. Sodipop are going to try and beat 8:15. Ooh, and a little bit of damage being taken out on the front there. No doubt that is down to Chibisu, and a couple of traps on Junkrat being nice and cheeky. Not able to get any kills though to start things off, but a good try nonetheless.
Zoro's taking a ton of damage as he's trying to just throw out some of those rockets, working on taking down the shield of Reinhardt for the defensive side. Applying some nice damage, especially with the help of the Fire Strike and now the damage amp of Mercy coming into play. But still, that Reinhardt shield has not quite gone down yet.
No, not quite yet. Actually, was it Hype? Yes, Hype has actually moved in behind. He's Junkrat has spotted him. Chibisu has chucked the odd bomb his way. But Hyped right now is doing a lot of damage, and it's being completely unchecked because they can't ignore the other 5 heroes stood in front of them. But the amount that he is dishing out here is fantastic.
Yeah, it's definitely not something you can take lightly. It's been just coming in left and right. Nomi actually ended up falling to took too much damage from those turrets. You see these turrets that are spread out everywhere, just about every single flank. That's been quite troublesome because Cody has been doing so well with that and does have a teleporter already set up. I'm not exactly sure where he's put it in this game though.
He's put it behind the left of the market.
Okay,
so the stairs going up on the left, it's right behind there.
Alrighty, so the teleporter is, of course, a great form of defense here. The first point on Dorado. And right now we see the rockets coming in for Zoros. He does have that barrage ready. Sometimes you'll see the Genji. Sometimes you'll see the Pharah try to go over that right wall for the flank. But they haven't pushed the payload back quite far enough to make that a strong option.
Well, I mean, Hype did it earlier on, right? He hasn't exactly set the world on fire, but he did cause basically everyone to go, hang on a second, where the heck is Genji? So he did a lot of damage off on the Reinhardts and just tried to distract. Oh, and here he comes from the behind. He's looking for mercy. He's found Bana. Here comes Sushi. Are we getting it? We are indeed. Bana is the first victim. Are we going to see more? He's going to spot actually the teleporter. No, it's not there anymore. Never mind. And he gets taken out by Chibisu. That could have been much, much worse, but I think the damage has been done.
I mean, that one instance that we just watched kind of explains the impact that a Mercy can have on a fight, because we saw Hype and Zoros put all of their efforts into killing him. Actually, both of their ultimate abilities were spent on making sure that Bana died quickly, but even then, Bana's back in action because of that teleporter, gets the resurrection, and the defense is holding strong.
Yep, and Cody does technically have the teleporter available now, but the payload is so close to the point, they really need to do something about it very, very quickly indeed. So Cody putting that down again. And usually by this point, actually, you don't get a second chance at a teleporter on just point one of any map, to be honest. So I'm impressed that Cody managed to get that down, and they're making a fight of it in the market.
Well, my cat has just discovered that he can climb onto the back of my chair, so he's there. Welcome, cat. Zoro's going to go down to the hook of Dota Genius in the defense. Still nicely done. 2 minutes left on the clock here for the offense of Sodipop. And Sodipop, who managed to stall out the map from being completed, now looking to struggle even with the first point.
I guess the cat is supporting UTM? I don't know. I don't know what that says. But either way, guys, this is proving to be actually a little bit into uncomfortable territory from Sodipop here, because they've got 1 minute and 22 left now to complete the first point. Forget about tying for the second just for a minute. They've got just under 5 minutes to do that. But on the first point here, this is going to run out of time significantly faster. So they're being put under an awful lot of pressure right now.
Yeah, this is pretty much their last chance. They have a big tactical visor available, but they don't have the Death Blossom. And they've obviously swapped things up. Before they were running with the Pharah, they were running with the Genji. Both those are now nil for their team. So they're looking to do this left side flank. They know the teleporter is still going to be an issue because Cody has that up and strong. Or actually, no, it's down right now. So that's a big deal.
Yeah, that is a big deal. Cody up to 60% as well. One of the sentry turrets going down. He's looking for an opportunity to come in, but he can't really be sneaky. Okay, never mind. We're going to be using Samurai and go all up in your face. Screw sneaky. And Soros has just killed 3 people. He's picked off Bonner as well, but only after the res has just come in. So once again, it is a full-on brawl. Soldier 76 is looking dangerous. And Soros versus Raytech. Oh my god, he won that fight. That was huge.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing about that whole engage is they had a decent gravitron search there from Trix, but unfortunately, Nomi hit absolutely nothing with that Earth Shatter once again. They picked up 5 members regardless after spending all those ultimate abilities, but in the end, Bana came in and rezzed 5 people at the cost of his own life, and this is just about it. I think they've held.
Trix actually just got pulled by Roadhog closer to the payload, amusingly. So that means Zarya is going to be able to touch the payload and keep it going a little while longer. Dota Genius will be dispatching of that, though. Whole Hog being used to prevent anyone from going close. Jur now on Lucio, just hopping all over, trying to buy his team some time. Hyped has actually moved on to Tracer, again, to try and buy as much damage as possible while continuing to boost onto the payload. And this is actually not 100% clear. There's still 2 people on the payload here. They're trickling in, but if they're trickling in and getting a few kills, That's
Oh my
what it
goodness.
comes to.
Nomi actually gets knocked back. He's charging forward and past the point. Trix is still there. It is quite back and forth. Bunna does in fact have that resurrection available. So Bunna's still on the walk back. Can shift in. Plenty of time for the defense to continue holding. And we're going to have to see that happen. Bunna's getting that resurrection onto at least 2 members. But the break it down there for the defense going to help them continue this defense. And we see Bunna now falling. Nomi's going in deep, trying to catch someone in the clutches of his ultimate. He has that available. Can he get the big earth tender that they need to keep this alive?
Oh, Hype did such a good job. I'm a little bit sad that he died. Okay, we have a massive res, actually, coming up just there for the attacking team. And I have to call out Hype. Hype D did an incredible job on Tracer, just touching the payload and then killing 2 or 3 people. He picked Bunna off once again after the resurrect. And he basically says, look, my job right now is to A, be annoying, and B, to make sure that when people come back into the fight, we're basically fighting 5v3 or 5v4. And he's done that job brilliantly, and that gives Sodipop basically about 1:50 to complete the second point.
Yeah, 1:33 left right now. This is almost impossible. This game very likely will be going the way of your tilting me here to tie things up, but Sodipop's going to try to push on forward. They're going in super far forward with Nomi just kind of throwing down that Earth Shatter, only catching Roadhog. Now he's a bit overextended, should be collapsing here, but not before getting the charge. Will he get the kill on Roadhog? Yeah, they do manage to get him.
Wow. Yeah, that's really, really good there. We have Graviton's Edge. Wow, Trix managing to pick... Oh, Zoros with a quad kill.
Wow.
That was absolutely beautiful there.
I'm so sad that I missed it. I really am.
That has to be play the game, right?
Yeah, I mean, probably is, because this enables them to really get a ton of coverage on that payload. I wanted to go check out to see where they're doing. They've made it all the way up to the bridge, but they're down to 48 seconds. This is still a potential to get the victory. A huge Graviton Surge going in. We see Ender Hero and Chibisu both falling. Bunna does has that resurrection, now casting it, getting everyone back up with the cost of his own life, but the hook coming in onto Nomi. The shield will deflect the next shot coming forward, getting the self-heal down to just 30 more seconds remaining. If they cannot win with this push, this will be the end of it, but they need to cap this point to keep the dream alive.
Oh, man, and at the moment, Cody is all over the payload, managing to keep it from moving. It's only about 3 seconds worth of push from the point at the moment, but everyone's going down. They have seconds remaining. Bunna now trying to stall for as much time as possible. Here comes Chibisu sacrificing himself. Dota Genius. The point's captured. What was the time?
As far as my clock says, is they won. They won by about 5 seconds.
All right, I'm pretty sure they. I had them was winning by 3. That was close, but I think we have Sodipop. I think they take that.
Let's up the tempo. Moving with
Oh my god, I can't believe that was almost a tie again. That's insane. Dude, how did that happen?
Yeah, it was very close. I
think that means Sodipop go 2-0 up.
Yeah.
That was like 2 or 3 seconds away.